off the sort of face of the planet. We've had Paul Mayo disappear, and now Darryl Clare's gone, so I have to start changing my deodorant on my toothpaste, I think.
Yeah, but putting that aside, you two were mates, and are mates, aren't you?
Yeah, no, I'll get on well with everyone, to be fair. I mean, with Daz, I've sort of travelled in. I've known him from Rushden as well, and played against him over the years, so no, he's one of my best mates, and that, to be fair, in football. But equally, I could say that about a lot of the lads that are down here. It's a good set of lads, to be fair.
Do you know whether he played full game at Gateshead?
Yeah, he did. He said he enjoyed it. It's nice to be playing regularly, and it's something that he's missed, and he's not done that for 2 years, and that's why he's gone out. I know the manager didn't want to leave him, or let him go, should I say. But strikers want to go out and get goals, and he's got a personal target of getting 200 goals at this level. So I mean, it's something he wants to go out and do before he gets to that dreaded sort of retirement age, really.
What's he on now?
I think he's on about 170, 180, so I think he's only got about 20, 30 goals to go. So I mean, it's something he's desperate to do. I know that, and it's something that's sort of fire burning deep inside him. So fair play to him. I hope he goes there and bangs the goals in, and equally comes back and does the business here.
I noticed that you got the man of the match on Saturday down there. Somebody gave you the man of the match award there. I mean, that was a dig out performance yet again, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, sort of with the way the season's been going for us, really, we were sort of a bit Jekyll and Hyde. Started like a house on fire first 20 minutes. They got back into the game, and I thought they weren't a bad team, to be fair, especially down the wings and up front. And second half, we just didn't get going. We didn't get the ball down and hold it and play to our strengths. And they scored a freak goal, which sort of made it a bit interesting towards the end. But like I say, we've got that resilience going through the team, and that's something that we've been working hard to get, and it's sort of reaping rewards now.
So the new enemy then, Altrincham this weekend.
Yeah.
I say new enemy. There's been a lot of hype around that. For you, just another game or an FA Cup game, even with all your experience, a bit different.
Yeah, I mean, the FA Cup sort of brings that added sort of distraction away from the league. Saying that the Altrincham bit adds a bit of spice towards it, but I've never really had a good FA sort of cup run in my career, so it's something I'd like to do with Mansfield. I mean, you get in there and get the first round, and then hopefully, from my own personal point of view, I'd like to hit Lincoln and and have a good go at them, to be fair.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of teams in that. Would you prefer to get, say, a Lincoln early, or would you prefer to try and get some even lesser, on paper, non-league opposition if you got through?
Being a realist that I am, I think you'd want to get the lower teams at home, but if you're going to get someone higher up, then equally it doesn't matter if you go away from home, because I mean, our away form's not been great. I know we've picked up recently, but someone like Mansfield Town going to a non-league team, it's going to be an FA Cup final for them, so it makes it that extra sort of bit harder for us. But no, I'd like to play the big teams. I always want to play the big teams and sort of stick one over them, really.
But that aside, there's a team coming to you that have put it up an awful lot of people. Alright, in years gone by mainly, they've beaten more league sides than any other side that's never been in the league. Yeah, 16, and they've had draws at the likes of Everton and Spurs, etc. They have a huge tradition of knocking off league sides. Right, you're not a league side, but they'll be wanting to get in just as keenly as you are.
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, a lot of teams come to Mansfield now, to our place. It's a decent stadium, a nice pitch, and it's one of them. We used to be a league club, so they're going to want to come here and put one over us. But I mean, our home form's been good, touch wood, like I always do. But the fans can make a fantastic difference, to be fair. When the sort of the going gets tough, they can pull us through it, and that's what they have done this year, to be fair to them.
Now, break away from the league, but now with some 32 points in the bag, there or thereabouts. Nice position to be in, and a nice position to be in when you go into an FA Cup match, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you go on the back of a win, although it's a scrappy win, it wins a win, and it gives you that confidence and that boost that we need. And we've still got the Altrincham game fresh in our mind from sort of winning that the way we did, but the way the game sort of panned out in the end as well, it was a bit niggly, and a few people said a few things about Duffers from their camp as well. So I mean, there's still that extra spice. It's going to make it interesting, and I think because it's that fresh in the mind, it G's them people up a little bit more.
Now, finally, of the three commentators we've had this season, Mr. Heckingbottom, Mr. Armstrong, and now Mr. Luke Graham, who professes to be the best of all three, whenever you make a save, they don't say that's a brilliant save. They say that's what he's paid to do, that's what we expect him to do, etc. How do you get beyond the bar and actually do something that these commentators say is good?
Well, to be fair, they're always going to say that. Everyone says, you paid to make saves, but if you let a howler in, they're like, well, you shouldn't be doing it, you're getting paid to keep it out. So I mean, I'd like to go down the other end and miss a hatful of chances and nothing gets said to me from sort of the striker's point of view, but they're always going to say that keepers never get credit from all my experience. And most people say, even the managers down here will say I hate goalkeepers, so I mean, it's one of them, it's the lonely strange position, and no one understands you and say you're the last pick at the playground at school. So you just have to deal with it. I'll have a few words with them later.
I'm sure you're not the last pick of the playground here.
No, I'll have a word with them. We'll sort them out. They'll soon listen to me. 31 voice of experience.
Still the leading goal scorer. And I know we've had these sort of, not arguments, but discussions before of, it's nice to lead the goal scoring, but looking at the front at the moment, the way the front lined up on Saturday, there was 20 goals before the start of the game between the three of you, and there's even more now. I mean, it does look, when you play three at the front, it can be quite lethal. Yeah, definitely.
We've got an array of attributes when we play three up front, and when we have played it this season, teams have struggled to deal with it.
Now, as far as you're concerned, you did take a knock in the game. Now, how has that developed?
I'm still very sore. It's getting better little bit each day. But it's just still a case of seeing if there's enough time for it to completely recover before Saturday.
You're judging by the amount of vociferous words that were said about you by the management and some of the fans at the Altrincham game. This is one you won't want to miss, isn't it?
No, of course I want to play in every game. I want to play in this game, FA Cup, and like you say, for some of the stick that I received last week. But it's important for me to be honest with myself and with the gaffer and with the team as well. So if I'm not 100% fit, then I will put my hands up. But if I am, then yeah, that's great.
It would mean a lot to you though if there could be a couple of goals in this one, wouldn't there?
Yeah, I think I've said to you in the last couple of weeks that I want to score in every game I play in. I know that's not going to happen, but as a forward, that's what I want to do. But if I'm not a scorer and we still win, then I'll still have a good weekend.
Have you started every game this season?
Yeah, I have up until now, I think. So that's obviously something personally that I want to keep going. So I do really want to play.
That's 9 goals then, 17 games? Yeah, and I'm looking at that perhaps a different way by the end of the season. What's the most you've ever done in the season?
I scored 21 in my first year at Oxford. That was by the end of January, and for some reason I didn't start another game until April. 21 by the end of January, and then on the bench till April. So I sometimes think where I could have ended up with that season, but that's what I got at the minute.
Well, you're still a relatively young man in footballing terms, and I mean, with the way you're scoring goals at the moment, obviously people are going to start turning an eye and looking at you. There is a thought for that, surely.
Obviously, my main objective at the minute is to do well for Mansfield Town and take them as far as we can. Obviously, I've got a 2-year contract, so this season and next season. I owe a lot to the gaffer. Showed a lot of faith in me, bringing me here when he was first appointed. So they're my main objectives in the short term.
Sometimes there's been the odd bit of crowd criticism of Duffy get back and support your own side. We had Luke Graham with us in the commentary box on Saturday, and they broke away down the left-hand side, and surprise, surprise, 25 yards from your own goal line, you put a diving tackle in. That answered nearly everybody, and even Luke Graham, he said, well, I'd have been proud of that one.
Yeah, it's something that I've taken all my career. I like to be in the box. I like to concentrate on my game where I know I'm at my strongest. I know that sort of stuff ain't one of my strongest attributes. But in my defence, I do get back every set play, every throw in our own half. Then me and Pez are both in our 18-yard box defending. So that's the different side of defending that we do.
I'm going to presume that you're going to be playing, because I know you want to play on Saturday. I mean, what will be the feeling in that changing room? Will it be any different from going out on any other game, or will there be something of an intensity that we've got a job to do this Saturday?
I think we've got a job to do every Saturday. Every game we go into, we want to win. Obviously, it's the FA Cup, and everyone dreams of having a good run, getting to the third round, and pull in a big team. So there will be a different feeling on Saturday, just because there's a different prize at the end of it, really, to every other Saturday that we play. But we've got a good dressing room, and all 20, however many of the lads we've got there in the squad, everybody wants to win.